and welcome to my channel. So here we have Nay's 2025 Little Garden Part 2. So we're just gonna get really quickly into it. Grab a drink, grab a snack. All right, we're gonna be here for basically a whole TV show. Like a whole TV show episode, guys. Okay, so episode 2, episode ni, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So we already discussed my 8x4 beds that I currently have in my 6-foot beds. Let's scroll down. So I do in fact have these beds already. So I have 3 4x2 beds. These are small beds, very small. I started out when I purchased raised beds, like the metal raised beds. These are the ones I started with. I love it. As you can see, I don't know what I'm planting these to, and that's okay. We're mapping things out. Let's go through this is my tea bed. All of these things you can drink from tea. Lemon balm. I have a store close by that I have been buying teas from, and the lemon balm is so good. It quite literally, I don't want to be dramatic, but I feel good about 20 minutes after drinking it. Like I feel relaxed. It's actually kind of insane. It's kind of like if you know, rolled up some leaves or whatever. I mean, I don't do that stuff, but I feel relaxed. Not high, I'm being dramatic, but I feel calm and relaxed, so I do like drinking this. And it's even without honey. And I'm not gonna say you cannot drink honey or granulated sugar, because some people will go very far with this stuff. You can in fact sweeten your teas, and the benefits are still going to be there. Honey would be the preference, but listen, do what you have, use what you have, okay? Lemon balm is good to me though, even without the freaking flavoring, like the honey. So that's really cool to me. Hibiscus, I've loved hibiscus forever as a child. I mean, I'm Jamaican American, so we do use hibiscus to make stuff, and it's a good vibe. So I'm super excited. I've never grown any of the things in this garden here, this bed here. So I'm super excited. The hibiscus is on its way right now. I already have the lemon balm, and then this is also on its way. This next part, I've grown basil, but I didn't grow holy basil. I also recently, from the same spot I got the lemon balm, got holy basil tea. I like this tea. I didn't get the same effects, but I think in the long run, it's just good for you. Echinacea. I am one of those people that be scared to try new things. Like, oh my gosh, am I gonna have a reaction? So I be trying new things in the presence of other people. And then once I realize I'm not gonna have an allergic reaction, that's fine. I had cough drops last year. So the 2023 cold and flu season, I had the cough drops. And guys, when I tell you what helped, and there was echinacea, there was a bunch of things in it, but there was echinacea in it, I said, I have to grow this. When I realized I could grow this in my zone, yes. All hands on deck, Anyway, that is that 4x2 square foot bed. So that's 8 square feet. And you see how I'm growing 2 plants of everything? I just feel like that is the way to go to try to get an okay amount. I think eventually what's going to end up happening is I might end up moving, because I'm going to get more 8x4 raised beds eventually. I'm not going to promise that before the new growing season, but as I grow my garden, I will, piece by piece it together, which is normal. That's okay to do that, guys. Not everybody has, $500, $1,000 to buy everything outright, and that's okay. And there's plenty of different mediums. I'm just finding, as of right now, I really like the raised beds that are like the metal raised beds. What's gonna end up probably happening as I get more 8x4 raised foot beds, the 6-foot beds are gonna turn into stuff for like this type of stuff. Here are some carrots. My goal was kind of at minimum 80-ish carrots. I could grow more, as you can see, I have the space, but I also don't want to be too obnoxious. One thing that I did notice though is that my carrots, I've gotten better about making them last longer from the grocery store in my fridge. So I feel like I could storage them and then also can them. I do like to put carrots in I like to put carrots and peas and beans and stuff in just about everything. It just adds a little more nutrition. So around the 80 range is what this is, because you can plant 16 carrots per square foot. I did mention this in the part 1 of this little series I'm talking about here. If you see a number, that is how many of that particular seed you can plant per square foot to keep that plant there. If you don't see a number, just know it's probably going to be 1. I might get testy and put 2 max though. Okay, so I leave these 2 open. We're gonna see what I plant there. This is the other 4x2 bed I have. As you can see, beets have taken over in this section. Now, I did not put the variety because I have, I think, 3 different types of beets: the chagoy, the red beets, and then the golden beets. But I also have 2 types of golden beets. So the goal was around 60 beets. So we're gonna see what goes on here, the type of beets, but it's about 60 beets. And then I just have 1 square foot because I planted 16 leeks here, and I don't really consume leeks like that now, but I feel like I could add it in, and it's just good flavoring. You feel me? Moving on. I made some wooden raised beds, and they're about 3x3 square foot. They might be 3.5, but whatever. We're just gonna act like this, okay? I have to show you this eggplant really quick. There are so many varieties of eggplant. I have to actively tell myself, please don't buy more, because I don't think my family as of right now eats enough eggplant for it to make sense for me to grow too many of them, although I like eggplant a lot. So I have here the Casper eggplant. And if you're thinking Casper the Friendly Ghost, that would be correct. Here it is. Look how white, it's long, it's slim. Very amazing. I'm super excited for this. It says a mushroom-like flavor. I'm not sure what that means. I do have a mild allergic reaction to mushroom, but this is clearly not a mushroom. Fruits ripen early, an excellent variety for specialty growers and gardeners. I am just a garden grower that likes to have stuff I can't necessarily find regularly. I have already the seeds, so I'm super excited for that. I will also be growing Brussels sprouts. I have 2 spots for the Brussels sprouts as well. Although we don't need a ton of Brussels sprouts in my home, I would like to add more, because you can do a lot of things with those little cabbage. You know what I mean? Like those little cabbages, you can do a lot with them, and I intend to try. I have an entire row of just lettuce here. Lettuce is something I would add into salads and stuff, so I just think that's a good idea to grow this. I did grow some lettuce last year, or last growing season, excuse me, and they actually came out. I mean, I did the cut and come again method, and it was just miraculous. I felt like it was cutting lettuce forever. Literally, I think most of the growing season from the same plants, I was kept cutting and cutting and cutting, and it kept going back. Broccoli, I have 2 places there. I do have some different types of broccoli, and I do have the Romanesco. Technically, it's not a broccoli or a cauliflower, but I might consider it a broccoli. I'm unsure. What's difficult about broccoli is you need an entire square foot for like 1, and it's not like you get mad number of broccoli. So we're gonna see. Here we have bok choy, and you see how much space I put for bok choy. I actually really enjoy the taste of steamed bok choy in soups, and I feel like you could eat it raw too. I could be wrong, but I will be looking all that up, and if I can, I will. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. So delicious, fresh, and they grow quite quickly. I did grow a little bit of this in the last growing season, but towards the end of the growing season, so it was just so hot, so they kept trying to go to seed. So I'm gonna definitely grow this much earlier, and I could probably do a couple successions of this because I feel it grows relatively quick. And then I have here 4 areas for cabbage. It do what it do. I'll be growing the Napa cabbage for the most part. I do have other cabbage though as well, so we'll see what exact varieties. As you can see, I just wrote cabbage because I'm not exactly sure the variety, but I did want to leave an okay amount of space because cabbage is one of those things where it's kind of like 1 to 2 depending on the size. Like I think Napa cabbages are a little smaller, so I might be able to plant like 1 and 1, but we'll see. That's experimentation purposes. Now, we're hitting grow bag territory now. I do have 2 grow bags that are maybe slightly under a square foot, so I will plant one potato, and that will grow me some potatoes. I did grow potatoes, and they were smaller because my impatient behind undid them faster than I needed to, but they were delicious. They were creamy, so I'm super excited. I don't have any potatoes right now, but that's something that's quite affordable that it will just grow, you know? This is more grow bags, but what's cool about these grow bags are they're kind of like raised beds because it's literally built like how I drew it, like it literally, and down to even the walls that block it off to show you exactly the square foot. I don't have anything in this one yet, but in here, the Black Beauty eggplant, which is more of like a traditional looking eggplant that we're used to seeing. I have 2 square foot for that, as well as cauliflower, 2 more square feet for just the cauliflower. So all of that, I'm super excited for the cauliflower as well. I attempted to grow cauliflower. I got one good one, and then the other one started like rotting for some reason. Once again, I also grew that really late in the season. Now we're gonna go through the last one. I haven't actually purchased this raised bed, but this raised bed, if I manage to purchase this, will replace this raised bed. Because this is a much smaller raised bed, I can plant other things in here to grow more crops, because I do have family members that would like some of my crops. So I really fully do intend to buy another 6x3 raised bed, and then this will be my tea garden, because I like hot tea, I like iced tea, I like tea, and my kids, thank the heavens, drink the tea. We all just had holy basil tea this morning. I put honey definitely in theirs, but they drink it and it's just good for you. And I feel like it helps. I really do. Nothing super dramatic, but the slightest things could really make my day so much easier. So then here I would plant out 3 rows of everything. So we have holy basil, echinacea, lavender, chamomile, calendula, and lemon balm. And I would, how big this would be. How big and wonderful and just amazing would this be? And I would dehydrate a bunch of these and have dry tea for the whole fall and winter. I really do think if I grow this, which I'm going to buy this raised bed. I'm really hoping I get a little cash for Christmas time. And I will just make sure to buy a raised bed, a 6x3 raised bed to have, and then I will start buying soil, because I have now 3 raised bed that need soil already, and this would make the 4th one, which is soil is kind of expensive when you're first filling a raised bed, but you don't have to replace the soil, guys. My raised beds are only a foot off the ground, so I don't put like logs or branches or anything at the bottom. But if you have a taller raised bed, you can just go ahead and put like sticks and logs and stuff like that at the bottom, and then top it off with soil and manure and stuff like that. I really hope I'm able to buy this, another second 6x3 raised bed, because this was, like I said, it's gonna create so much. And then it will open up that other 4x2 raised bed where I'll probably plant out. I'm trying not to be ridiculous in terms of, am I gonna really consume this? But at the same time, I'm not stressing it too much, only because I'm getting into canning. So, and stuff like this, you dehydrate and then you bag it and you vacuum seal it. And you really truly can get a vacuum sealer on Amazon for like $40-50. And then you have it, and then you vacuum seal these things, and you can, what I'd probably do is I'd vacuum seal them in smaller bags, so I can go through each, like when I open up a bag, it's not like a whole ton of tea that I'm just going to waste. Stuff like this is amazing. Stuff like this is really good for you. And you can use a lot of this stuff also to make like salves and stuff, which I also want to get into. Like, it's just so much different things you can do and get into when it pertains to gardening. And then once you start really getting good at stuff and you let stuff dry out, you can save the seeds. Like my loofah plant from part 1, right? Real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap it up, I promise. It seems like that's one of the easiest plants to save, along with like beans, because you just let it dry out on the vine. Like, it's tomatoes, it's not really the same thing. You have to go through a process to save tomato seeds. But when it comes to like loofah seeds and bean seeds, you let it dry out on the vine and then you harvest it, and that you could save that to grow the following grow season. I think that's so insanely amazing. Gardening, homesteading is truly amazing. Am I gonna act like it's easy peasy? No, it is stressful sometimes, but it's also super soothing too. I don't know, it's so weird and amazing and wonderful. Let me know what you are intending to grow. Have you started plotting out your raised bed? I'm super interested. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this whole video. Guys, I am so close to 100 subscribers, which is truly amazing. I thought I was gonna hit 100 subscribers around February of 2025, so that's we'll see what happens. But I just want to grow a community of new growers and growers who've been growing for a hot minute, and let's share our, we'll talk about our gardens. Talk about what we do with our gardens, and make this a safe, happy space for people who need it or want it. Anyway, I hope y'all see you in my next video. Bye-bye.